Hey guys, welcome back to FLCB podcast, episode 16. So this is a review of the weekend of September
2018.
28, 28 and 29. So I'm here. This is Ivan with Orvid. So Orvid, the last podcast was actually one of the most listened to podcast I'm gonna release this on Spotify or iTunes. I can't remember, but as a podcast platform, it was one of the most listened to. Maybe because I'm Messi heading at the Silam, so I guess it got a lot of clicks. And it wasn't even clickbait. So we did talk about Messi winning the FIFA Best.
True.
So and I got a couple of questions. A lot of people are confused. Car voice, okay. So I think we have a lot of new listeners. So I think we should reintroduce ourselves.
Okay. Hey guys, this is Orvid. Voice probably আমাদের দুজনের একরকম না, so you can probably recognize me. So,
and you're a Bayern Munich fan.
Yeah. And you're a Newcastle fan. Anyway. Okay, let's start.
So yeah, thank you. আমাকে introduce. So you didn't give me the chance. So this is Ivan. So we host this podcast, and I personally am a Newcastle United fan, and it's not fun supporting Newcastle, of course. Been through a lot of rough times. So we do this podcast mainly because we're like very big football fans, and I think we've both been to like many live football games, and আমরা generally almost every week এমনিও ফুটবল নিয়ে অনেক প্যাচাল করতাম.
That's true.
Yeah, and that's where the idea of like this podcast came. Like আমরা এমনিও ফুটবল নিয়ে তো ফোনে প্যাচাল পারি বা সামনাসামনি তো কথা বলি. So why don't we just record our conversation and sort of release them as a podcast for other people to listen to? So we can't take the inspiration came, and that's how we started basically. And shurute we had terrible mics, and we have better audio.
You're getting better.
Yeah, no, I think the audio quality is pretty good. I haven't had any audio complaints. We're still learning. Like it's not polished because it's most of the time it's just আমরা দুজন just having a random conversation, and a lot of times আমরা football নিয়ে কথা বলি না. We veer off to like other stuff. Like for example, the Rugby World Cup is going on, and Japan beat Ireland. Which is huge.
Which is the second best team in the world, ranking wise.
Yeah, and Japan beating Ireland is
still not a bigger upset of Japan beating South Africa in 2015.
I was gonna reference football. It's probably similar to, not similar maybe, but close to South Korea beating Italy,
Germany,
or Germany.
So that was
Germany at the harai nai. So it was Italy and Spain. So I'm talking about 2002.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Because
I'm talking about 18. Okay, anyway, makes sense.
I think 18 Germany team was in shambles anyway. But 2002 Italy team was like something else, and South Korea.
Ireland is good. We're track থেকে সরে যেতেছি, but Ireland is good, but I don't put Ireland in New Zealand, South Africa, Australia echelon
in rugby. Anyway, so
they're a good team. They're like what? They're like Belgium. No, not Belgium. They're like Uruguay.
Okay, so before Shobai turns this off thinking this is a rugby podcast,
no, we don't care.
Let's go back to football. Right, so we're gonna start off with the weekend. So let's just start off with the first game, early morning. And also we both live in New York City, which is technically good because it allows us to record podcast Sunday ratervela, which makes it available for people in Bangladesh Monday shokale. Maybe, and I'm not necessarily saying Jeta Monday shokale release hobe, but it gives us the chance. But also it's sometimes a little problematic যখন Premier League Manchester United versus Arsenal Monday to fala, which is a bit annoying. I wish this game was on Sunday or Saturday regardless, because Monday আমাদের time দুপুর 3টায় খেলা, which makes it very annoying because we both have work. So usually I would record the game and I probably watch. So anyways, let's just get right into it. So Liverpool away at Sheffield United. Dean Henderson, Sheffield United goalkeeper.
Oh, what a howler.
terrible highlight.
আমি গেমটা দেখছি মোটামুটি এবং কাহিনী হচ্ছে যে ফার্স্ট হাফ লিভারপুল ওয়াজ ডমিনেন্ট এবং লিভারপুল শুড বি 2-3 আপ বাই ফার্স্ট হাফ এট দ্য এন্ড অফ ফার্স্ট হাফ যে চান্সগুলো ওরা মিস করছে বাট সেকেন্ড হাফ শেফিল্ড দ্য ওয়ে দে প্লেড লাইক it was all Sheffield in the second half. So I mean draw would have been a fair result. I'm Bobo, but I'm right. I go both. Liverpool has Champions League this year. I don't know. It's pretty evident. Liverpool grinding out results like Fergie's United, Mourinho's Chelsea, and all those teams. Yeah, that's about it.
So questions. There's not much more to discuss about this game, but yeah, like you said, like this is the mark of a true champion when they're winning like 1-0 away, Sheffield Day, which is like early morning on a Saturday, and
Sheffield is pretty resilient in defense. Sure.
Exactly, and and Sheffield also they have goals in them as well, and to keep a clean sheet, score a very scrappy goal. Goalkeeper howler, everything combined. Like Sheffield goalkeeper, it's like no excuses. The ball just went through. I mean, I know kind of slight deflection, Chilo, but still there's very little excuse. Like any goalkeeper, Premier League should be saving those.
Especially
even Championship.
Yeah, especially when that goal makes all the difference.
Yeah. So, question regarding Liverpool: do they have any weaknesses?
I think আমি আগে বলছি মনে হয় এটা সেটা হচ্ছে Divock Origi, except Divock Origi, they don't have anyone. Front three, if front three, I think if they looked a bit fatigued. I felt like Salah, Mane looked off on that game too. Mane was like finishing very poorly. So ora like আমার যেটা মনে হয় rotation would be problem still mid season.
Yeah, and also front three if one of them get injured. I mean, you're looking at Origi, you're looking at Shaqiri maybe as well. So, yeah, the drop is kind of big. It's not. I think
Shaqiri is a huge drop. Origi probably is okay.
Yeah, it's not like
last season they had also Sturridge. I don't think they have Sturridge now. So no, they don't have Sturridge. So yeah, that the drop is huge. I don't think the depth the biggest problem. I think Liverpool, I mean, starting 11 as good as Man City, even better. Who knows?
Okay, so moving on. Chelsea 2-0 against Brighton. Very solid result at home.
I mean, good thing about this game for Chelsea is that they get a clean sheet. আমার মতে এবছর Chelsea's biggest issue ছিল হচ্ছে defense এবং every game they played really well, create chances, even score, but except the Liverpool game I thought they were a bit wasteful, but এর বাইরে যে প্রবলেমটা প্রত্যেক ম্যাচে হচ্ছিল সেটা হচ্ছে Chelsea were conceding, but this game they were pretty solid in the back. It was like a regular day in the office mark আর কি, খুব easy ছিল. I don't think Chelsea has to break a sweat to beat this team. Could have scored more goals. যেটা বলতে চাচ্ছিলাম Chelsea ব্যাপারে, I think that's a long term here. I mean, I don't know how people look at it. I think transfer window ban থাকার কারণে in the long run Chelsea জন্য একদিক দিয়ে ভালো হয়েছে, সেটা হচ্ছে Chelsea is focusing on the youth. এবং if you look at Chelsea's team, I think they have a very solid core of players. যদি Chelsea if they want to play the long game, in 4 or 5 years time I can see Chelsea in a very good place. I see it. They really got a good solid bunch of players at their disposal, and সবগুলো প্লেয়ারই অনেক promising in my opinion.
And I think they have the right manager.
And they have a right manager to back him. I think they should back him. This season, obviously, Chelsea, they can't expect. They lost Hazard, and then they couldn't buy anyone. So they can't expect like big things from Frank. This is good for Chelsea in the way that Chelsea যদি transfer ban না থাকতো, Chelsea would probably never give those players a chance, because Chelsea is notorious about that. Chelsea doesn't really like they shipped a lot of players. তুমি চিন্তা করো একটা জিনিস যে they had Hazard now. They have KDB, Lukaku, Salah all in the bench, and they sold all of these players. That was like 6 years ago. Pretty much Tammy Abraham, Mason Mount, Callum Hudson-Odoi, all these players era easily could be good players. এবং 5-6 বছর পর হয়তো Chelsea would have been regretful যদি they would have done the same thing to another cycle of players. That's why I'm saying maybe this transfer window ban is a blessing in disguise,
Yeah, just final word on Chelsea from myself. I think Jorginho looks like he's finally settled down in England. Not finally, like last season, or he had some good performances, but I just think he looks very settled in this team, and the midfield is looking like very strong. Even last week against Liverpool, they were very, very strong.
Jorginho নিয়ে তো like complain হচ্ছে
Yeah,
যে like he playing Kante's position and I mean he's not like why can't they play Kante in Jorginho's position, stuff like that. Yeah, compared Jorginho always had that reputation, but I think Jorginho is settling down. Yeah, I think that you have to give credit to Frank. Jorginho is actually a Sarri's player, and Sarri played him in that position.
Yeah, so I think he's finally settled. I think Sarri didn't figure it out. I think Lampard, whatever
I think
he's
Lampard
done,
is figuring that out. That's what I'm meant to say. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's move on. So Tottenham, Southampton. So this is like a huge result for Tottenham, first of all, getting the 3 points, but it did come at a cost. So they had a man send off. Aurier, like 2 yellows in like 5 minutes. Also, Howler, like Dean Anderson. I think this one's worse from Hugo Lloris. Hugo Lloris put like the brain fart of the
World Cup 18 final.
Yeah, World Cup was like he had a massive howler.
Remember Mandzukic goal? Howler.
And he was a captain. So this, I mean, last year, I think last year, one of the podcasts, I can't remember, like Lloris can be a liability for Tottenham and for France as well. And he had like 1 or 2 very good season. This was, I think 3 seasons ago or 2 seasons ago, I can't remember. Like he was very, very good. I think that year, Johan Tottenham Leicester, I think that season he was like exceptional. And he's still living. Yeah, he's still living off that season. He's not a top quality goalkeeper anymore. I think Tottenham, for them to be moving on to greater things,
Is he
I
a
think
top
they
10
need.
goalkeeper?
Oh, no chance.
Top
No
20?
chance. I mean,
even doubtful.
Top 10 in the Premier League, he's doubtful. Like probably just barely, maybe top 10 in the Premier League. But
Premier League has a lot of keepers. I mean, forget Premier League. Worldwide, the only popular keeper.
Worldwide, I wouldn't even put him top 30. I would say, like he's below top 30 easily. But yes, regarding Tottenham, this was a big result, and Harry Kane scoring again. Yeah.
I mean, Harry Kane ব্যাপারে আসতেছি. Before that, Tottenham really don't have a right back, right? Because Aurier is a liability.
Aurier got sent off.
Yeah, of course, he's a liability. That's what I'm saying. এবং ওরা ডেভিনসন সানচেজকে ট্রাই করছে. He's definitely not a right back, judging by his body language. So this is some place they should probably go for someone in transfer window.
Yeah.
Harry Kane ব্যাপারে, I mean, Harry Kane, I think this season you have to give him a lot of credit. Last season I was very critical, and I thought Harry Kane slows the game down, but this season he's coming up with crucial goals for the team.
Yep.
Shout out to my favorite player, Son, who had an assist.
Yeah, it was a really good goal, by the way. Like assist, I don't know how much it counts really, but it's just a pass. Like Ndombele, he really like
a good addition to the team.
Yeah, it was a go ahead. And you could even there was a deflection, deflection maybe Nakele probably like the keeper would have saved it too. And by the way, just a word, like Southampton keeper, I would put Angus Gunn like well over Hugo Lloris.
Okay.
Anyway, so let's go one. So Premier League, we have to talk about the champions. So Everton won, Manchester City 3. This was also a very champion type performance because at 1-1, like you were worried, like 1-1 70 minutes, and you start getting a little bit worried, and then
you're from Ederson too.
Yep, and then you get one of your basically bench players scores a goal. Well, it wasn't. I wouldn't say out of
bench
nowhere.
Player, I would say. I mean, he's second choice, obviously, but he gets a lot of playing time.
Well, but technically, if everybody's fit, he's never starting.
No, okay, yeah, okay, ঠিক আছে.
Because if remember, Sane is missing for half the season.
Yeah.
And Starling with the final goal for 3-1. So this is a big one. By the way, Kevin De Bruyne, we have to mention this guy again. This guy is just insane.
I don't think
passing range is something out of this world.
I don't think there's a better crosser of football in the world, probably in the last 5 years. It's gonna be. doesn't matter তুমি কোথায় থাকো, it's gonna land in your head.
He's just so good.
I think he had already 8 assists. That's
season. Wow. That'd be amazing.
He's gonna break records at this rate. Easily top 5 player if he stays fit.
As a word on Everton, we don't speak about most of these smaller teams. So Shurute, they had a setback, like losing Theo Walcott to injury, and he was replaced by his fellow Arsenal comrade Alex Iwobi. And then, the funny thing is, Iwobi later was substituted himself for Moise Keane. Sometimes I pronounce his name wrong. Everton, like, they played well. I'll give them that, but I think they have a lot of problems this season.
I mean, they're not performing to their standard. How much money they spend? I think they spend a lot of money. They spend some money in transfer, and given the pedigree of this team এবং যে লেভেলের talent Marco Silva has on his disposal, আমার কাছে মনে হচ্ছে সেটা হচ্ছে Everton. Marcos might get the sack, if this continues.
Well, it's between Marco Silva and Steve Bruce right now.
Don't forget.
Ole, right?
Ole, what about Poch?
No, Poch 0.
That would be insane, right?
No, Poch 0. I'm struggling. Yeah, 0 chance for Pochettino. But yeah, Solskjaer, if he loses to Arsenal, who knows? Just to confirm, we're recording this before Arsenal Man United. So maybe we should just talk quickly about Leicester and Newcastle, because I think we should start talking about Leicester every week, because they're legit top 4 contenders.
Absolutely. I mean, did you see today? Madison didn't even play today. If you see that team.
Well, Newcastle made it very easy, especially going down to 10 men.
But the thing is, even then, 5-0 is a formidable result, even against like relegation teams. তুমি লিগে জানো, like Man City or Liverpool ছাড়া nobody really get this type of result. 5-0. Not Arsenal, not Chelsea, Tottenham. 5-0 is a huge result. And what about Jamie Vardy? He's like the perfect man for Leicester year after year, scoring goals.
He's on like 85 goals for in the Premier League.
Yes.
And for someone who started his career so late, like top flight football is so late. I don't think his first Premier League debut was probably when he was like 28 or something.
Yeah.
For him to hit 85 goals, and probably he will end up hitting 100. That's
like 183 games. I mean, he was rather fast still. এবং Brandon Rodgers আসার পর I saw this stat. Brandon Rodgers আসার পর যদি তুমি highest top scorer একটা টেবিল করো, actually Vardy has the most goal, 14 goals.
Oh, that's amazing.
So
and remember,
you have to give credit to Brandon. Brandon always get the best out of attacking players, except if you're Andy Carroll.
Wait, Leicester-এর ম্যানেজার কে ছিল রজার্সের আগে?
Claude Puel ছিল না,
Claude Puel, yeah. Okay, so remember Claude Puel under Puel and Vardy had a huge row. Like Puel put Vardy on the bench, and that's what sort of got Claude Puel the sack, and that's what brought Brendan Rodgers. So yeah, this just shows like Puel is
a bit clueless.
is very clueless, probably. Yeah, I think Leicester. Yeah, we should start talking about these guys.
Leicester, by the way, I think Leicester has some depth in the bench too, given that they are not top 6 team.
So, like, if you just look at, like, they brought in Hamza Chaudhry,
who's
substitute.
A very good player.
They also brought in Damare Gray, who's also
who's a very good prospect. Yeah.
Yeah. So and Madison didn't even play. So that shows they have a lot of depth.
They missed Harry Maguire. By the way, that Turkish defender, I cannot remember his name.
Soyuncu. Or I think that's how you pronounce it.
I'm not so sure exactly how you pronounce it. He looks good. I'm sure now. Okay, last বছর Leicester ছিল কিনা.
Also, I think a pointer is somebody needs to start making these, is because I think Leicester fullbacks, they are like 2 of the best in the league. I think combination wise, Chilwell and Pereira.
Pereira was very good. Pereira was last season also খুবই ভালো ছিল.
Chilwell last season, like he was very, very good. We need to start mentioning these players. I think Chilwell definitely Englander national team conversation আসা উচিত. I think it's high time.
Soyuncu actually last year ছিল, as I see him. He's only 23 and he's Turkish. No, but he looks very solid. I thought they didn't miss Maguire for a bit. The way this guy is playing.
Yeah, I think they look stronger for top four than Manchester United, maybe even Chelsea.
Maybe even
And
Arsenal. Maybe even Tottenham. This is too early.
yeah,
This is
true.
too early. We shouldn't. It can change.
Well,
But
they are third, and
they're third, and they were the third best team so far this season, I think.
well, without a doubt, and they're only 2 points behind Man City. To be fair,
Okay. Wait,
just word on Newcastle is just, I think, as a
very bad.
it's looking really bad. I think.
Did you see the tackle though?
So just word on Steve Bruce. I think me personally, this guy needs to be sacked like tomorrow.
Who would be the man?
I have no idea. I honestly have no idea who even wants to take this club.
Maybe they will give him until December, and then you know the drill.
If he's there until December, I think we might be so far like behind that not even Rafa, if Rafa Benitez came back, could drag us out of
maybe
this.
someone else can though. Sam Allardyce.
No, I know, but let's be. I'm being serious. So yeah, it's just.
He doesn't look. Yeah, he doesn't look like a Premier League coach. He looks like he belongs to Championship.
I think he's just
way past it.
Tactical kono naos nahi. Like you could. I'm probably better at football tactics than this guy. And I'm being very unfair to myself because I know football tactics, right? This guy has no idea. It's just sad.
Anyway,
and it's mostly like the one thing I was sure about was that, say, at least I'm a goal nadilo, we wouldn't be conceding a lot of
you
goals.
have the defensive.
Yeah, this is the same defense that Rafa had the last 2 years, and the same defense that did very well. Like Rafa under like we were very good last year defensively. And I think there was one game, I think against Watford, I think we lost like 3 or 4-0. Other than that, last 3-4 years we haven't been like a huge thrashing. Like, even when we lost to Man City, we were losing like 1-0, 2-1. When we were losing to Liverpool, it was like 2-1, 2-0, something like 3-2. We lost. Like we were never getting thrashed against anybody. And this is Leicester City, 5-0.
Without their best player, Leicester City this season.
Yeah, this guy needs to fuck off. Really, sorry for English.
Well,
he needs to get
to that. Wolves won against Watford 2-0, so huge result for Wolves.
Yeah, first win of the season for
against
Wolves.
A relegation, like it's a relegation dogfight.
Wolves are too good to go down anyway. I think Watford, Watford, if they're compared to the core of Watford, you compare their players with Newcastle. Like Watford has significantly better players, so Watford will get out. And then we're just it makes it worse. But there were some really exciting games. I think Villa Burnley game, it was very exciting, 2-2. There was another one, I forget. There was another 2-2. I don't remember. Yeah, Bournemouth West Ham. That was also.
Yeah. Also, all three promoted team looks solid. Unlike last year, where like Fulham looks, clueless pura 125 million খরচ করার পর. Aston Villa probably worse out of the three, but even Aston Villa can survive. That's the point.
Okay, so let's just round off the table for the Premier League. So Liverpool top, 7 wins out of 7, 5-point lead over Manchester City. Leicester in third, West Ham rounding off the top 4. Tottenham, even though like I'm a Tottenham, they haven't had a good season, blah 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 blah. They're 5th, and they're level on points with Chelsea and Arsenal. Well, Arsenal have a game in hand, but.
Bournemouth,
and then
7,
have Bournemouth 2 in there.
Quietly have a good season so far.
Yeah, same with like Palace and Manchester United with 8 points, down in 11th place. And then you have the bottom 3 of Villa, Newcastle, and Watford. Watford still winless. Villa just above Newcastle on.
I consider Brighton a relegation candidate.
Brighton, probably even Norwich, I would say.
Norwich, Villa are a relegation candidate still.
Yeah. And that's it. I think Watford will get out, in my opinion. I think Watford, Southampton, maybe Southampton. I don't know.
I think Southampton is a relegation candidate. I think you love Hasenhuttl too much.
Yeah, I think last season he did really well. That's why. And Southampton, I just off the top of my head, I don't think Southampton are Stamon Baje fixtures chilo. I think Newcastle has had like a really tough fixture list so far. So that's one thing. I mean, Steve Bruce could already.
Silver lining.
only silver lining, but still, like, he just looks clueless and very flat. The team just is not gelling at all. I think they just don't have any direction. Everything's like going wrong. Let's just move on to Spain really quick. So the biggest game in Spain.
Most uninspiring game of this season. Anyway.
So the Madrid derby. So Atletico versus Real. It was not a very fun game to watch. I think lots of shots from outside the box.
True. Not too many clear-cut chances.
I think both teams happy that it was a draw.
Huge result for Real. I mean, 1 point.
You think so, really?
I mean, what do you expect? Real doesn't look like they were going for the win anyway.
It's still Real Madrid, but I think it's not a huge result. I think it's like if Zidane
it's a good result because Spain. I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna lose some points going. I mean, I don't see Liverpool teams performing like Liverpool and Man City. It's not gonna be in Spain for sure. But I think 1 point is a good result. Let's just not put huge good results for Real, especially.
Yeah, I think if দুইটা টিমের মধ্যে যদি একটা টিমের জন্য would be happier slightly, it would be Real Madrid, just considering the fact that they were away.
Don't you think Atletico should have gone for a more adventurous?
But to be fair, this is Atletico Madrid. It's more Atletico plays like this all the time. This is nothing new. I just want to mention Morata getting a red card in midweek against Mallorca, but Atletico got the win there, so 2-0. I didn't watch the game, but
Real also got the win.
Felix scored, yeah. And Real Madrid also won in midweek. I don't even remember which team.
Osasuna was
Osasuna, right?
At home.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Yep, the two Brazilians.
The two teenagers scored, yeah.
Yep. Barcelona, right? So Barcelona with a 2-0 win
against Getafe.
Yep.
So that game, another game. আমার কাছে যেটা মনে হচ্ছে যে like Getafe didn't impress me in that game at all. It looks pretty straightforward. A normal day in the office for Barca.
I think the only major talking point from that game is that assist from red card, yes, but the assist for me personally, the assist from Marc-André Ter Stegen, yeah.
Barcelona gave up on their tiki-taka passing.
Yeah, route one.
That's my only strategy.
A la Stoke City. Yeah, so again, also great finish from Suarez.
Yeah. Great, composed.
And the second goal was just really too easy. Junior Firpo's first goal for the club, I believe. I think it was his first goal, yeah.
I think it is his first.
Yeah, I know the other talking point is Langley got sent off.
So who's going to play in the next game?
Don't they have center backs.
Oh, Umtiti, right?
They have Umtiti, yeah. They have Todibo as well.
Is he alive?
I don't know Umtiti. I don't know if he's fit or not, but they have Todibo.
It looks like a long-term something's wrong with him. It looks like he has some internal injury problems, you know.
But honestly, in my opinion, this is Barcelona. Like, yeah, center back red card kaise, so like they can survive for a couple of games in the league. They'll be fine. They should be fine. And if they're not fine,
next game against Inter Milan in Champions League, by the way.
That doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, because Langley playing, yeah.
Yeah. All right, just moving on to Germany. I'll let you take over.
Actually, we should stick to Spain just to review some.
Oh, you want to talk about Sevilla?
Sevilla today won against Sociedad too.
It was it was, but I was out. I heard it was a really great game. It was 3-2. I think, and Sociedad was leading at one point.
Yeah, and Sociedad had a good season so far. So does Martin Odegaard, the prodigal son.
Real Madrid are on loan from Real Madrid, rather.
If you look at the table, also Valencia won again in Bilbao. Huge result for Valencia. If you look at the table in Spain, and 3 points separate top 7 team. Bilbao in 12, Madrid with 15. So it's tight. In England, 3 points separates first and nobody really at this point.
Yeah. England a 5-point lead between first.
And think about it, the gap between 1 and 4 is already 10 points, close to 10 points in England.
Yep.
So Spain is more competitive, absolutely. Okay, moving on to Germany. Okay.
So let's do Bayern Munich 3-2 win
against the lowest team in the league, Paderborn.
আমি টিমটার নাম বলি না because আমি জানি না কেমনে pronounce.
we're gonna get some banter, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, Bayern. It was surprisingly a hard fought game for Bayern because I expect Bayern to thrash this team. They are literally one of the like relegation. I predict this team to get relegated. If I have to pick one of the two confirmed relegated team in Bundesliga, I'll pick this team. But even then, this team really give a hard time to Bayern. Good thing was Coutinho scored and assisted for the second game running. এবং Lewandowski, I think he already scored 10 goals in the league in 6 games. Best start. Bayern, you expect them to win 3 points. It would have been a disaster if Bayern lost points against this team.
All right, so Leipzig lost.
That's a shocking result for me. I don't know, Leipzig. I don't know if they're focused to Champions League or what, but it was a huge result for Schalke. Schalke started the season very poorly, but right now I think Schalke third in the Liga. And Schalke is like 1 point behind Bayern, or 2 points. David Wagner is the coach of Schalke right now. If you heard about it.
Yeah. Well,
I told him.
Huddersfield manager, yeah, former
manager, and I mean, watch out for this player from Schalke. He looks really good this season. He had a great start of the season, and Schalke is always good in bringing young player production. So I mean, he might be a good prospect in the future. But yeah, Leipzig really surprised me. I think their best player, at home too, 3-0. Very bad result. No, 3-1, sorry. Very bad result for Leipzig. I think this game they should have. It's like 3-point loss for them.
All right, so Dortmund.
Yeah. Interesting factor before getting to Dortmund. Dortmund is the only home team in this round in Bundesliga who got a point. All the other home teams lost.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Wow.
So Dortmund is the only one that gets something.
So 10টা away win. No, wait. ওদের তো 8টা 16টা টিম।
No, 9টা, 18 team.
18টা টিম, right? 18, 9টা. So 8 away wins. Wow, that's
8
amazing.
away wins, 1 draw. So
actually this was a good result for Dortmund.
On that aspect, but Dortmund, Hummels was missing because he was injured, and they played Weigl in defense, and it didn't work out. I think Hummels is probably top 3 crucial player for this team, along with Witsel and Jadon Sancho, I think. I mean, quick words on Bremen. Bremen, I don't know if you know the first goal scorer, Milos Rashica, I think his name.
No, I don't know.
He's a very promising player. He looks good in the last 1.5 years. So I wouldn't be surprised if a big team picks him up. And also, good trivia for you. 18-year-old Josh Sargent played pretty much the whole game.
Oh yeah.
So that was a good thing for American soccer, I guess.
So American international.
Dortmund can't hold on to a lead. Dortmund looks worse than last year in terms of that. Actually, I think if they have Hummels, they'll be fine. It's just Hummels is a big miss for them.
So let's go to the table. So Bayern lead. It's close, very close. So it's only 3 points between also, Bayern and Dortmund in 8th place.
Yeah, আমি একটা জিনিস বলতে চাচ্ছি, Bayern already played against Köln, Paderborn. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly. Mainz. All 3 are in relegation place. So Bayern already had some very easy fixtures. If you think about it, the only hard game they had is Leipzig away, and they got a good result on that. But I mean, there are a lot of hard games that's going to come up for Bayern. That's what I'm saying. Also, Dortmund has some easy games too. If I'm thinking now that I'm thinking about it, Dortmund had some easy games. Yeah, Dortmund should be concerned. 3 points, but I mean, it's too early, and it's only 3 points. Third, by the way.
Schalke always fascinates me. So I'll just point out. I think season the first podcast. I was talking about Schalke. I said that this might be like they always have one good season, একটা ভালো season, একটা খুব bad season. I think so. This is their ভালো season probably. So
I think
Schalke.
They're not in Champions League. So I think this is primed to be their good season. Because last season, 13 to তার আগের season তারা second হয়েছে.
So this is their season to surprise. So
next year they're gonna finish 14th and they're gonna be in the Champions League. Anyway,
right, so let's
Italy.
Just go to Italy.
Huge things happen in Italy. You should start with Inter Milan.
You want to start with Inter Milan? I was gonna mention Milan lost today, and they were so.
What's new?
So it was 3-1, but Fiorentina also missed a penalty.
Did you see the highlights? Did you see what Ribéry did to these defenders?
So
Ribéry is a youngster, and those people were 35, 36-year-old. It was really literally torment them for the
I was watching, I think last Bishmeet I mean live, Dixie, and it was hilarious.
terrible. I mean, this team, man, clueless, worse than Menu. That's like achievement unlocked, you know. Like able to do চিন্তা করো. I mean, this coach is clueless. He needs the X like now at this point.
Yeah,
Second,
somebody needs to call. I mean, last week it was, I think it was Gattuso. Somebody needs to call Gattuso and bring him back.
they need to convince Gattuso to come back. I mean, I always thought যে Gattuso যদি এই বছর মিলানে থাকতো, this is the same team. Milan would have finished top fourth. I would say they would have finished in behind those three.
So let's just quickly do Juventus game and then the Inter game. So Juventus won 2-0, Inter won 3-1.
And Ronaldo scored. Pjanic, you have to mention this guy.
I think I'm the last week of Pjanic never holds.
Okay. Yeah, আমি একটা stat বলতে পারি, like I think last 10 years goals from outside of the box. This is the criteria of the stat. I think after Messi, Ronaldo, and Zlatan, Pjanic was fourth. So
wow,
goes to show this guy has bangers in him. And Ronaldo looks like he's getting scoring like touch. Although in Italy, I mean Zapata, Ronaldo. I was about to say Ronaldo probably win the highest scorer, but I think Zapata and Immobile is scoring a lot of goals this year. So that's gonna be a tough challenge for him.
All right, so now let's just talk about Alexis Sanchez. This is the point of the podcast. I really was waiting for it. Alexis Sanchez. So he scores. Obviously, everyone's trolling Manchester United. So it was Manchester United holding Sanchez back. And so trolling korte korte he got sent off. So.
And for a dive, second YOLO. He's stupid, man. Also, by the way, the first goal they gave it to Sensi, right? I thought it's a Sanchez goal because, I mean, Sensi shot me, say I get it, but it comes off Alexis Sanchez's back, you know. It should be Sanchez's goal, you know.
I wish they would give it to Sanchez just so that we could troll Manchester United more.
I mean, Sanchez. They play Sanchez because the next two game for Inter. Next game is against Barcelona in Champions League.
I really hope Sanchez plays that one and scores. Former club.
I don't know if they're gonna play Sanchez. I don't think they're gonna play him. I think Lautaro and Lukaku is gonna play. And then the next game after that is at home against Juve. So this is like crucial week for Inter Milan. Next two games are probably the two biggest game because I think Inter need a result Inter need a draw. I think in Barcelona. Drawing against Slavia. I think Inter. This is a must. They need something in this game. And then against Juve, they at least need a draw.
All right. So just finally, quickly, Napoli won. Martin scored again. This guy, like, I need to start.
Although
watching.
They lose in the midweek, that's very bad.
I forgot who did they lose to.
Cagliari, the Reese's club.
Well, oh yeah, right. See, Village. Yeah. Anyway, I wonder if I'm pretty sure. Like, I wonder if Koulibaly or somebody got.
No, because it was in Napoli. It was in Naples. So.
Oh, it was in Naples. Okay, yeah.
And then this game was also in Naples, and Balotelli scored, by the way, for Brescia.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah, Napoli showed like some bottling in midweek. I mean, I praised Napoli a lot, and they do this to me.
I think the title is between Inter and Juventus. I don't think Napoli
I would still not count on Napoli.
Well, maybe we should also talk about Atalanta because they're in the Champions League. They won again.
4-1.
Yeah, and Duvan Zapata.
Was it Sampdoria? Yeah. No. Yeah, Sampdoria. Yeah.
It's Sassuolo.
Oh, Sassuolo. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and they beat Roma in midweek. So back-to-back away wins for Atalanta. And I know.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know you told me about this guy, Duvan Zapata. So that goal against Roma in the midweek, and this guy
today Papu Gomez though. Oh.
Yeah, well, so he scored both games.
Yeah, Duvan Zapata. Yeah.
So he's just to recap, like the top goal scorers in Serie A. So is Duvan Zapata, Ciro Immobile, and Domenico Berardi. From Sassuolo. So yeah, so all three of them with 5 goals.
Yeah, Immobile would be there and Zapata would be there. Berardi, I don't know.
Okay, maybe Lukaku will join them soon.
Lukaku, that's the thing. I don't think Lukaku is gonna be like a devastating goal scorer, but he's gonna be a hard-working center forward under Conte.
I
Today,
think
by the way,
Lukaku will
Papu Gomez was good. Papu Gomez, if you get a chance, watch his goals today. He literally
Alright,
destroyed the defense.
I'll keep
Both
an
of
eye
these
out.
goals.
I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah. So yeah, look at the table though. 18, Inter 18, Juventus 16, and Atalanta is in third right now with 13.
Yep.
Napoli is 12.
That's
So,
what I was saying. Like I think Napoli, this might be one season too many for them. I think they are also given with Carlo's pedigree,
in
maybe
league,
or like Champions League, they might give it a real hard go.
possible. League format is not the best manager. I mean, he lost to Montpellier with PSG for fuck's sake.
All right, so let's just move to Neymar FC again. So
Who lose in
this
the
is
midweek, by the way?
did they lose in the midweek?
They route to Stade Ram, not Rennes. I don't know how you pronounce it. Stade Reims.
It's Ren, right?
Not Ren. There's two teams with the similar format of name. This one with REIMS, Stade Reims.
Okay, so PSG Neymar আবার goal দিছে. So this Mbappe was back
And he got the assist.
and he got the assist. So PSG, even with that loss, they're still
Top.
top, but only by like 2 points, like over Angers.
Angers is not going to challenge them for the whole season. That's the thing.
They have Nantes as well.
আমার মনে হচ্ছে like
To be fair, none of
again
these teams are
15 points. It's going to be another 15-point difference at the end of the season.
Maybe 15, maybe it'll be 10.
Yeah, probably. Neymar was, if you watch the highlights, Neymar was a bit wasteful today, though. He could have had a hat trick today. Idrissa Ganage. I don't know if you watched that stat. Idrissa Ganage, he didn't play in the midweek game against that loss against Stade Reims. But the last six game he played for PSG, they conceded 0 goal and they scored 12 goal. And they had 6 wins out of 6, including that Real Madrid game. So I think that was a very good purchase, both him and Sarabia.
Right, so আমরা কি এখানে wrap করব? So we still have
we can talk about your favorite team. Zenit St. Petersburg lost to Lokomotiv Moscow.
Well, Lokomotiv Moscow একটা ভালো team, by the way.
Of course they're a good team, but you don't need to wrap up the podcast. You can talk,
So we'll talk about them. I think maybe আমরা কোনো একদিন একটা podcast করতে পারি. So we can also talk about Chapecoense. They're kind of struggling.
I can give a shout out to like Turkish league. This week was Galatasaray Fenerbahce, and like all the good derbies this week, that finished 0-2. Okay, I want to quickly mention about Russia. CSK, Lokomotiv, Rostov, Krasnodar, Zenit, top 5 team has like a 2-point difference. Zenit is in 5th right now, but next week Zenit might be first. This league, I keep a close eye on because আমার কাছে মনে হচ্ছে like Russian league is always one of the most competitive leagues in Europe.
Russian league last season মনে আছে was very interesting.
Yeah, and before that, I thought Russian league was always very competitive. It's not like Zenit like literally destroy other teams or something like that. Turkey. I'm just gonna quickly mention the table. I know people probably don't care or something. Alanyaspor is in first, 14 point, and Fenerbahce is second, 11 point. Third is Gazispor 10, Trabzonspor 9, Galatasaray 7th, Besiktas at 16th place. So I mean, this league is also very competitive. If you guys like interested about other leagues outside of big leagues, I think Turkey and Russia these are some good interesting leagues to keep an eye on. Maybe Dutch and Portuguese too, I guess.
So yeah, maybe we could do a podcast one day again regarding on all
nobody's gonna listen to it.
No, podcast nobody's ever going to listen. ওটা শুধু আমরাই রেকর্ড করব, আমরাই শুনবো, আর কেউ শুনবে না. Actually, to be fair, I'll be honest, like আমি এই উইকের রেজাল্টগুলি সব দেখছি উইকেন্ডে. There was no real major talking point. Like I think AC Milanএরটাই একমাত্র ছিল যে একটু like not an upset. I don't think AC Milan hara is an upset.
Is a good team though. Fiorentina is a good team well. Exactly. And by the way, I have one more thing about Fiorentina. You know who is the owner of Fiorentina this year? The New York Cosmos. Okay.
New York Cosmos owner.
Yeah, New York Cosmos owner. Yeah.
So yeah, it's not about that. I think just AC Milan losing is a
and Fiorentina's coach is Montella, so it's a shame for Milan to lose to him.
Oh yeah, true. I even forgot about that.
Who is not a good coach in my opinion, but
So if AC Milan bade actually there wasn't many major talking about. Maybe Kalke Menu
কালকে all hell's breaking loose. You can be certain of that.
Menu হারলে একটা খুব like maybe we could do another bonus
I
podcast.
would still stick to Man U winning tomorrow prediction.
Kalke to tough. It might be 4-4. Hopefully it'll be.
Man U কেউ গোল দিতে পারবে না. Probably David Luiz gonna score 3 own goal. Anyway,
Well,
we're done.
to be fair, Mason Greenwood is fit.
Oh,
And
yeah, of course.
so
Greenwood.
so if we could actually talk about something, I mean, I'm ভুলে গেছিলাম. So Man U actually, there is some little bit of news regarding Manchester United. So Manchester in midweek at home against Rochdale.
Oh,
And so Manchester are leading 1-0. And I'm like, okay, yeah, there's nothing here. Rochdale scores. By the way, Rochdale fans when ওরা যখন ওই গোলটা দিছে like স্টেডিয়ামে ওদের ফ্যানদের চেহারা দেখে was like it's something else honestly. Like they felt like they won the game, which is huge. And can you just think of like they
and when a 16-year-old scored that goal.
Yeah, and like fanguly সব Old Trafford গেছে and they watched the team score. That is just like the dream. And then এটা penalties যায় and আমি literally penalties যখন শুরু হয়েছে I was like আমি ফোন রেডি করছি যে আমি তোমাকে টেক্সট করবো যে হ্যাঁ অরবিদ এটা হইলে we're doing an emergency podcast right now. ম্যানি হারার সাথে সাথে এরপরে যখন ম্যানি হারে নাই and I was like so disappointed. I was like damn কোনো like পুরো চান্সটা গেল আচ্ছা. But we should mention like West Ham getting tonked 4-0 against Oxford United.
Yeah, that's I was so surprised on that.
Also Chelsea scored
7-1 Chelsea.
Yeah.
Get assist. Silver lining on that.
Our কি ছিল? Was that it?
Win 5-0, but I think we covered that.
Yep. Yeah. All right, so that's about it. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. You've stayed till the end. Thank you. You guys are awesome. And make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcast. আর কি কি ছিল Orvid আমার মনে থাকে না আরো কি কি জানি আছে SoundCloud, yeah.
You'll need to unlock your phone.
And my আমি যে Google Podcast বলছি এই কারণে our Google Home is going off.
Anyway, okay.
Also, yeah, like us on YouTube, like our video, even though it's not a video, it's just like audio. Maybe I'm gonna future someday video করব. Bye for now.
Okay, bye guys, take care.